Hello YouTubers, this is Optimus Prime G1, and I have for you the Encore Devastator from Takara. I have Bonecrusher. And there he is, right there. I do not have a compare vehicle like I did with Hook. I wanted to do Hook and get him out of the way because he's the only one I actually had with a comparable vehicle. So, let's take a look at Bonecrusher. What we have here is a very nice bulldozer. It's really nice looking. It looks like a bulldozer. It really does look nice. And I always loved the G1 Constructicons because they really did look like construction vehicles. That's one thing I liked about them. They in vehicle mode, they really did look like where they were supposed to, and they pulled it off phenomenally. One thing I've noticed with him, unlike Hook, there's no place to attach his weapon. Now, I'm not sure which weapon is whose on these, because I didn't open the instructions to find out which weapon was whose, because I didn't really care. So I'm just guessing by the picture that's on the front that this one is his weapon. So it doesn't really matter which is whose anyway. I only ever had a second Hook to basically determine which one had that particular one, because I already had a Hook and it was the same gun. So as far as the rest of them go, you might not necessarily see the weapon that comes with it, but you will see the other parts that do come with it. The other thing he came with when you used to buy them in separate packs was he came with his own separate drill. And this is actually the arm, but it came with a drill, which is I always thought was interesting that it came with a drill. Consider he's a Constructicon, and in one of the episodes they were drilling for the Earth's core. I don't remember exactly what they were planning on getting at. I think they were trying to get do something to the Earth's core to create more energon flow, or more energy flow to make more energon cubes, or something to that effect. So the fact it comes with a drill I always thought was interesting. And unlike having a head there, having the drill there is actually a very interesting feature for the Constructicon, because it's a construction type of tool versus having a huge head on you is not. So that's interesting. The other thing he came with, of course, was the hand for Devastator. Now I'm not going to put this on him in this mode because it just looks ridiculous having a huge hand sticking out of him. The drill, on the other hand, does look very nice. So these are the accessories he would have came with, not necessarily the gun, but I'm guessing that's the right gun for him. So let's go ahead and get him into robot mode and take a look at him in robot mode. I'm going to zoom out a little bit for this, just because I think if I try to do it too close, you won't be able to see the transformation very well. Now, transformation on him, it's a simplistic transformation because it's a G1 figure, but you split his arms apart. This actually becomes his chest. Probably should have got the arms out of the way first. His arms actually come down the side. His legs just fold right down. And his feet just pull out and become his feet. This comes back. Now, I have seen people transform and leave that up. I do not. I put it back because that way you can see his face better. Now, one interesting thing, he actually has elbow articulation. Not that you can really do anything with it, but because of the transformation, you actually get a little bit of elbow articulation there, which is very interesting. You also get that on this one, which is good for the putting the pistol in his hand, having him hold the pistol. And I keep dropping the pistol. That's one thing I didn't show Hook doing, is holding his pistol, but that's alright. But there you go, that's Bonecrusher. Now, we'll see, let's size up Bonecrusher and see what size he's more like here. I think he's smaller than Hook, so I think he's going to be more a commander class. But let's bring out at least one of the Legend size, sorry. This one is Legends Smokescreen. And you can see he is bigger than the Legend size. Let's move him over a little bit so we have room. Let's now bring out the Power Glide, which is a Commander class from Dark of the Moon, who is a little mistransformed. He is actually still bigger than that size, so he might be in a comparable size to Hook then. I thought he was smaller than Hook. I have my G1 Hook still around, so let's bring him out. That was just me dropping the gun from Hook, if you heard that sound. And Hook is taller than Bonecrusher, so he will be shorter than a Scout class then. Which he is shorter than the Scout class. So, let's bring out the Commander class one more time. So he's slightly taller than Commander class and slightly shorter than Scout class. So he is a smaller figure than Hook. Hook might be one of the tallest ones of that group. I'm not sure. Bonecrusher was not my favorite. I can't even place him where he was on the favorites list. I'm guessing he was 4th or 5th. He wasn't my least favorite. But he was down the list a little bit, around 4th or 5th. I don't remember for sure which one he was per se, but I know it's hard for me to say because it's a tie between him and Mixmaster for 4th or 5th. So those two are kind of like the ones I have. I'm not sure exactly where they fall into. Hook was definitely my 3rd. Scrapper was more a 2nd, whereas my favorite all time was Scavenger, which I'll tell you right about where Long Haul fell, and I'll explain that when I get to Long Haul, why he was my least favorite character. But that's pretty much this guy. So you have him, and you have an Energon block. He is bigger than an Energon block, so there you go. In case you're wondering, he's bigger than an Energon block. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time during my next review of my Constructicons. So I'm not sure who I'm going to have up next. It depends on where they are in the case. I'm going from right to left, starting with the top right. He's in my top. The Bonecrusher's in my top left. So whoever's right under Hook will be the next one that I'm going to review. I don't remember off the top of my head.